Hi girls, so we're back and taking a look at the quadratic patterns again, so I gave you two more for homework. Again, from what I'm seeing, the first part of it isn't a problem. So the first pattern was 5, 14, 25, 38, 53. So I've put it into this type of table this time because you can see in either side of type of table, so the exam papers can ask it any way they want. So that means the first term is 5, second term is 14, and so on. First differences is difference between 5 and 14 is 9, 14 and 25 is 11, and second differences then are 2. The difference between 9 and 11 is 2, 11 and 13 is 2, I shouldn't have one there at all, and 13 and 15 is 2. Okay, so general term then, an squared plus bn plus c. Second difference is 2, so a is whatever your second difference is divided by 2, so it's 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So we'll sub in for a, so we've 1n squared plus bn plus c. And now we're looking to find out what b and c are. Okay, and this is where some of you are still going wrong. Okay, so let's take a look at how we go from here. Okay, so let's say we are taking a look at term 1. That means where there is an n, I am replacing the n with 1. So I am not replacing the b or the c, I'm replacing the n. Okay, so that now becomes 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. Okay. And we know the answer to this is whatever the answer to term 1 is. And the answer to term 1 is 5. Now what I'm still seeing is that you're replacing the 1 with the b, which is not what you're supposed to do. Or you're replacing the 5 in instead of the n. Okay, one of those two mistakes is what the most common mistake seems to be. So if we work this out then, it's 1 plus b plus c is equal to 5, because 1 by b is 1b. So you can put the 1 there if you want, but it's just b. How do I move this 1? So I take away 1 from both sides. So now I have b plus c is equal to 4. And that's my first equation. If you're finding that you don't have b and c in your equation, you're subbing in, instead of subbing in for b, you're subbing in for n. And if you find that you're getting complicated equations at this point, it's because you're subbing in the 5 instead of the 1. So you're making it harder for yourself. Okay. The second one then is T2. So T2, I'm now replacing the n with 2. So I'm replacing the n here. So it's 1 times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c is equal to term 2 is equal to 14. So it's equal to 14. Again, if you're putting 14 in there, you're going to get a very complicated looking thing. That means you know you're subbing in the wrong one. Okay, so again, if we're taking a look across the line, we're working it out. So 2 squared is 4, 4 by 1 is 4, so it's 4 plus 2b plus c is equal to 14. I move the 4 by taking away 4. So it's 2b plus c is equal to 10, 14 minus 4, and that's my second equation. I now have my two equations, so it's b plus c is equal to 4, and 2b plus c is equal to 10. So it's a simultaneous equation now. So I want same sign in front of c, same number in front of c and different sign. So I'm going to change this minus, minus, minus. So that leaves you with minus 1b is equal to minus 6. And that means b is equal to 6. Across the line then, if you go b plus c is equal to 4, instead of b you're putting in 6. 6 plus c is equal to 4. To move the 6 you take away 6 from both sides. And that's going to be c is equal to 4 minus 6 is minus 2. So now you've got your b and your c. Okay. So now you're subbing back into this general formula you had at the top. So your Tn is now n squared, because you don't need the 1, plus instead of b, I'm going to put my 6 in. So it's 6n plus minus 2. So you can just write it as minus 2, or you can write the plus minus 2. That's your answer to the question for your general formula. Okay. You should have n's when you get to the end. So some of you take a look now. You've got a's and b's still, but you're not supposed to have A's and B's now, you're just supposed to have the n's. Okay. The second question then is the same. So again, no problems with this first part. You're doing well on the first part. You're getting to here, but then you're not subbing in correctly here. So we'll go through it again. So term 1. So instead of n, I'm putting in 1. So it's now going to be 1 times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c is equal to term 1 is 16. So that's going to be 1 plus b plus c is equal to 16. Move the 1 by taking away 1, so it's b plus c is equal to 16 minus 1 is 15. Equation number 1. Term 2. Again now, we're replacing the n with 2. So it's going to be 1 times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c, and the answer is 24 from the table. So that's going to leave you with 4 plus 2b plus c is equal to 24. Take away the 4, 2b plus c is equal to 20. And that's your equation 2. Rewriting 1 and 2 down. b plus c is equal to 15. 2 is 2b plus c is equal to 20. Changing the signs along the bottom line means the c minus c cancels, so you're left with minus b is equal to minus 5, so b is equal to 5, changing signs on both sides. I've now found b. I'm going to go back to equation 1, b plus c is equal to 15, and I'm going to go 5 plus c is equal to 15, take away the 5, c is equal to 10. Now I've got my a, my b and my c, so I go back to tn is equal to n squared. Instead of b, I'm going to put in plus 5b plus 10. Okay. The last part of that question then asks you to find the 21st term. So that's t21. So you're putting in 21 instead of n. So it's going to be 21 squared plus 5 times 21 plus 10. And you take your calculator and pop that in. So 21 squared plus 5 times 21. Plus 10. And the answer is 556. Okay, some of you are replacing, again, you're replacing a and b instead of n. Okay, at this point you're replacing the n's. Perfect, thank you very much. We'll see and we'll take a look maybe at another couple tonight.